If the universe has chosen you to be the pattern breaker in your family, you have to have the ability to observe. Observe, collect, pay attention. Now, there are things that will happen in the generation before you and also the generation that comes behind you. And in order for you to fully understand yourself, you have to pay attention to these patterns, both before you and those that come after you, because they will actually explain to you a sequence of events that could have led you to the point that you're at in this moment. So last week I was doing all types of bloodline work, paying attention to like how my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great 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 grandmother, and my great 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 grandmother, how their dates of birth, the sign they were born under, how their life path number, and then their numerology lined up, and how that affected each one of them, and then how it affected me. So it became a map. But also, I went a little bit deeper on how it affected my children and then also my grandchildren. So it gave me pinpoints of things that needed to be worked on and addressed. Also, it helped me to better understand where certain practices, generational practices within my bloodline, where they started, where they came from. Now, I want to kind of throw in that spirit specifically wanted me to work on my mother line. There was something about my father line that they didn't want me to address until yesterday. So when I was working on this, doing this mother line work, it was so specific to the mother line that I couldn't even rope in the father line stuff. So Spirit needed me hyper focused on the things that I was working on in my mother line. So while I was doing the map, you basically, much like if you're doing an investigation, like if you were watching NCIS, CISI, or any of those shows, you'll see different like pictures of people, and then how like lines, like little threads thrown between, moving between each one of them, like drawn between each one of them, and then you can pinpoint things that cross. And something that is hardwired or had been hardwired in the women in my family is this ability to not only make their point no matter who it breaks, but also this thing where someone could know that something was hurtful and they still would engage in it because it was something that they've always done. And it felt like it was so hardwired in them that it wasn't something that could be changed. Now, anything, any personality trait, any practice, anything that we take on as a persona can be changed. It just takes diligent work. So you can do this for years where you have this habit. Let's say you have a habit of overspending, and you're like, oh, I'll worry about that on the end. I'm not going to worry about it now. And then you do it so many times and it causes you so many different holes and loops that you literally are like, you get exhausted. You're like, I'm tired of this. Until you learn something different. The introduction of something different is the universe's way of interceding for you. You would have had many times prior to that the universe would have said, try this, try that. So if I had a case where I was trying to meet a certain quota of money that I wanted to make for the month, and Spirit had given me ideas, which whenever I get ideas, Spirit literally, I write them on a sheet of paper quick. You get the ideas, but there's certain ones that are heavily burned and etched like like they're heavily weighing on you. You're like, I really should do this, but you're not sure how you need to do that. Sometimes it's as simple as you watching a YouTube video, asking someone about it. It doesn't mean that you need to talk to someone who doesn't understand this thing. You need to talk to someone who does understand how this works. So for me, I came up with this idea, and it was print on demand. And so as soon as I thought about it, I was like, wait, I don't know the back end part of the print on demand, but I understand that if I was to set this up, that it would be something that would take off. Okay. Taking this back to the bloodline, many times I have seen, because I happen to be raised by 3 generations of women, my mother, grandmother, and great grandmother, I have seen where they've had ideas, people not support them in their ideas, and then those things go stagnant. And not because I could not help them, because most of the time I was a child, or it was just something that was very fleeting, and they never were clear on what it is that they wanted to do with it. So if it was something that was something they wanted to make money off doing, or something that they wanted to do for the community, if the people around them weren't supporting it, it would just kind of fade off into the wind. And so in order for that not to happen with me, I needed to, one, address the circumstances surrounding what would have caused that thing to fade away. Like the sacrifices they would have made, the choices where I don't want to inconvenience this one, I don't want to inconvenience that one, I don't know who to talk to, I don't know where I'm going to get the money for this, I don't know who can help me do this. So all of those questions can become something that weighs you down, where you don't know how to do that, or you don't know where you're going to, what avenue you're going to take. So in order for you to address it, you need to take the time with yourself concerning your things, so that you can break that generational practice and know how to better support, or even just let someone know that they're able to do that. Like what wording, what you did, how you did it, how you researched. You want to be able to be the person that can inspire someone else to try to do something and to make it simple. So they may come to you with that information, or just say it in a conversation. You may be the one that actually gives that thing momentum by just supporting, or saying, oh yeah, that's doable. Oh yeah, you can be the connector. And for me, in the community, I'm a connector. For my family, I've never truly been the connector, because everyone has their own way of thinking. And there were many things that I was not connected to within my family, because I didn't understand how I connected to them. So when you do this framework for your mother line or your father line, and you see where things come from, generational practices that are causing blocks within your bloodline, you're better able to see how those things are manifesting in your life, where they may be manifesting in your children's lives, and whether they could possibly manifest in your grandchildren's lives, because it will show up early in something as simple as, let's say your grandmother wanted to have a business and work for herself, but she worked for other people and she never worked on that. Well, that means that she never really promoted that within your mother, to have her own business, so she was always an employee. So then you never had a business, or you had a business but wasn't really sure how business worked, because you were just trying to do what it is that you knew how to do based on watching videos or watching people or advice that you got, because you could not go to the people that you cared about the most, that supported you all the times before that, like your parents, for that information, or the information that they had was based on just what they know, based on how they knew things work. Well, then if you never put time into that, your children will be frustrated with your ability or your practices as far as your business is concerned, and not want to be a business owner, maybe some of them. And then your grandchildren may want to start a business, but very early, because they see you struggle, or because you don't have the things that they need to support them in doing that, or even the information, they may never want to do that. That's how it affects your bloodline. So you can correct it with you if you understand how all of these things connect. It's all webbing, it's all threads put together, and where they cross is where your answers are.